afternoon. This is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D, with some afternoon thoughts with you. Happy post 4th of July. I hope all you guys had a great time last night. I mean yesterday, last night, the whole weekend, and I couldn't get to sleep until late because fireworks and firecrackers and bombs and cherry bombs and guns and all that stuff that was going on, and it kind of made me jumpy too. And the dog next door was barking and barking. Dogs don't really like all that. Some dogs get very um they get very scared and uneasy when it's a lot of banging and booming going on. But anyway, happy 4th of July, Independence Day weekend for you all. I didn't do a lot this weekend. I was able to stop and get a little barbecue from family, but I had to work, so I didn't get a chance to do much. But, you know, sometimes that happens. A relaxation is coming. So, anyway, how's everyone? What's going on today? What's going on? I just had some thoughts about how do you get one to, I'm sorry you guys, something's in my eye. How do you get one to commit? How do you get one to commit to you? You see what I'm saying? Um is that possible? Is it possible to get them to commit? Is it deeper? Does it go deeper into, they have got to want to commit? Number one. A lot of folks, you hear them saying, "Oh well, yeah, I'm gonna get that. That's gonna be mine. You gonna be mine. We gonna," and yeah, that sounds good. That's cool. But let me bring this steering wheel down some. It is down. Oops. But a person has got to want to commit to. Excuse me for the phone call. They have got to be in that mode and want to commit to you. See, the thing is, sometimes one could really love you and care for you and may not even want to lose you or be without you, but in their mindset, based on what they're going through and dealing with, they're not ready to commit to you. And commit, and saying commit, I mean, it could be in terms of relationship commitment, and it can be in terms of greater things as far as marital commitment. Some are just good with how it is in the moment. Everything's fine. We're good. We get along. There's no issues. Why try to fix it and it ain't broke? That kind of thing. And so they'll want to just leave it the way it is because it's this misconception, I call it, that when you do go ahead on and commit to someone, and everything is going wonderful, just being on a non-committal basis, you get scared that that's going to change things. Have you heard some people say, well, everything was fine, we was getting along great, and then as soon as, I put the ring on it, everything just went haywire. We lost that connection, that spunk, that drive, that um, unconditional commitment, that love, that everything just started to disappear. And you wonder why. Why does that happen? Is it the fact, some people, they get to tripping on, man, this is permanency. This is permanent. I have locked down and sealed this deal for supposedly the rest of my life. And they just freak out. I would think that these are things you would think about and balance before you said I do. But the reality of it is sometimes you have to be in the middle of something, in the midst of it, for you to really see what's going down with it or feel a certain way. But anyway, you know, there's no to my understanding and my beliefs, there's no rule book, there's no directions, instructions on what to do, how to do it to get one to commit. One has to be willing, ready, and able to commit to you. Sometimes they're just not into you like that. They're not into you in a way that would make them want to do a permanent commitment. But they are into you as far as caring about you and wanting to spend time with you and also clap with you. But that's pretty much it, which is, really selfish. It's really selfish. And especially if you're dealing with someone where one person really wants that commitment and the other person is, and so the person that wants it is doing whatever they can to fight, to get it, to change, the person's mindset and direction, and they're doing all this stuff and putting this pressure on the other, but that the pressure just makes it more complicated and make them want to run and escape because you're pressuring them, then you have those who will just start doing. They'll start doing everything under the sun. They'll be catering to that person. They'll be giving. They'll be, willing, ready, and able to, satisfy that person in every way. They'll be doing all these things on a continuous basis, hoping that that will move the person to want to make that commitment with them. And if they're not ready, it won't. It does not matter what you do. And another thing you have to remember, and I'll speak for the women, when you are in a situation where you are playing the wifey role, but you're not the wife, and you are doing things in the wifey role, and this person still has not committed to you, why should they? You're giving them everything they need by them not committing. So why should they commit to you? It's like why buy the whole cow when the milk is free? Hello. So, and it's the same thing with men. If you got a woman that is coming at you really, really hard, and well, a man that's coming at you, women, really, really hard, doing this, that, everything for you, money, paying your bills, taking you out, wanting and dining, making sure you just don't do without when it comes to nothing, and you're on this mode and this plane of, I don't want a commitment. It's not going to change you by him doing all that. And then people start building up a certain sense of resentment in their partner because they feel as though they're being taken advantage of. And that's a shame on you. Nobody's taking advantage of you. You have made a conscious decision to go ahead on and do what you're doing, and they have made it clear to you that they don't want a commitment. Some have even verbalized to you that they don't want a commitment, but you still do what you do. So whose fault is that? And that's why you have to meet each other at the playing field and have a cool, straight up understanding as to who wants what and what. What are we doing? Are we going in the same direction? Are we walking the same path? Do we want the same things? Are we into this for the same reasons? You have to have that understanding in the beginning before you start investing all that you can into something that is not in any way going to meet you halfway. It doesn't matter what you do. You can sleep with that man every day of the week and give the clap to him in a way that he's never had it. Now, it will keep him hungering and have an appetite to come back and get more, but it's not going to change his mindset if he's not ready to commit. A lot of times it does not change his mindset to want to commit with you. It changes his mindset to maybe not want to sleep with other women or a lot of different women because he's getting satisfied by you. And that's pretty much where that lies, and vice versa. So the question, how do you get one to commit? What do you guys think? Because really, like I'm saying, there's no directional map, blueprint, uh, tasks, step by step instructions. You need to do this, you need to do that. You need to wash their feet, you need to lotion their legs, you need to massage their scalp, there's no rules. You can't make fit and force something that does not fit. And what I mean by that is, like I said, you can enjoy the moment and really, really care. Some people are really, really caring and don't want to really lose the person they're with, but they're not ready to give them that commitment. The more you push, the more you nag, the more you start complaining about it, the more you hold back, the more you talk about their mama and everybody else, it's not going to change the direction or mindset. A lot of times it just makes them turn the other way because they get tired of hearing your mouth about something that they know they should be doing, but they're not ready to do. Now, let's talk about why they may not be ready to do it. And they got all this goodness right there in front of them. They got, you're doing everything that a wife would do and some, everything that a husband would do and some, but they're not ready. A lot of times people can be dealing with a lot of personal things that has nothing to do with you. It could be baggage that they're holding on to from the past. Perhaps they were hurt, broken, scorned. Someone they loved really hard and deeply hurt them, and they don't want to feel that again. Perhaps they were abandoned. Someone they were with just packed up, and one day they came home and they were gone. So they have abandonment issues, not only with that, but other personal things that has happened in their lives where it has added to those abandonment issues. So they know that if they put all their chips in one basket, that they become vulnerable to the fact that you could also abandon or hurt them, and they don't want that. They have more control just staying on the block that they are because they're not letting themselves loose in an emotional way to get banged and bashed up against the head. They're keeping themselves in a controlled stance. So there could be that. It could be the fact that they just don't feel as though you are the one. You are the one for a lot of other reasons. Perhaps you guys have fun going out together. Perhaps you have a lot of business focused stuff and conversation that's in the same realm together. Perhaps the clap is out of this world. That too. And you got things that's meshing, but there's something missing. You ever have this connection with somebody and a lot of things are good, but there's something quite not, it's something missing and you can't really put your hand or your finger on it, but it's not it's not that whole a la mode that you want. And if someone asked you to explain it, you couldn't. You just don't feel it. So it could be that. Um, it could be there's a lot of good things that they have and share with you, but then there's some things that make them raise their eyebrows about. Maybe there's trust issues. Maybe you're just, you got vices that they just can't get over. Perhaps you smoke weed all the time, perhaps you smoke cigarettes, perhaps you like to get high, perhaps you're taking other type of substances to help you through the day. Whatever it is, it's things that they are not really big for. They don't really get down like that. They don't like the fact you do that. Perhaps you don't, you're too lazy. You don't try to, keep yourself in better shape. You've let yourself go. You don't have any control with your eating habits or wanting to get out and move some of that body sometime. There could be a lot of reasons why some will just not see the whole thing as okay, I want to go all in. And then it could be the fact that they still just want to keep their options open. Because they have these reservations, they want to be able to see other people, meet other people, do what they want to do sometime, and things of that nature without having to answer to anyone. And if you're not committed in a relationship with someone, you don't have to, you don't need anybody's approval about nothing. When you're ready to get up and go, you go. When you're ready to go out on a date, you go. When you want to talk on the phone all night to somebody, you talk. You don't, and when you want to see them, you see them. So you're pretty much the one in the driver's seat with control over your situation. I'm not saying controlling their situation. I'm saying you're in control of yours. What you do, how you do it, why you do it. And some like that. They like at that point in their lives. I think, you get to a point, everybody gets to a point where they're just tired of doing what they're doing and they want something of more substance, something of more permanency, something that's sticking together like glue. You get to a point where you want that, and perhaps that takes some um you know, time, years after they didn't played the field and been with a whole lot of different men or women, and they decide, you know what, I'm tired of this. I need to this one over here that's been loving me and being patient and being there in my corner and just being down for a brother or sister. That's the one I'm gonna start focusing my attention, and that's why you all of a sudden you see this person that perhaps you was digging some years ago that didn't give you the time of day, and then all of a sudden now they chasing you. It's like, so what happened? I ain't changed. I'm me. I'm still me. I still pretty much look the same. Pretty much do the same things. Why all of a sudden you want me now? And so you start questioning that. And a lot of times, there's a reason and a season for everything. And in that season, it wasn't meant for you to, for a lot of reasons. And more importantly, because one or the other just was not ready. And it just so happened you were single and free at the time they became ready, and you didn't have a problem with, okay, let's see what's happening with this. You see what I'm saying? So you have got to identify and ponder on all those different, possibilities and reasons when you do consider going back to something that just wouldn't commit to you in the past. And as you get older, a lot of people, I've even had this thought. You have those that you were chasing and they lightweight was running in the opposite direction, and you both was at a young carefree age where you could really spend some energetic time with one another on all facets of the you know scope. And then all of a sudden that person is older, or they start having some health ailments, or they can't do things the way they used to, and all this stuff, and now they want to be all committed to you, and your eyebrows raised like, oh, you want to be committed now because you need somebody to help take care of you, and you want something committed because you can't go out there and swing it like you was. So now you want to. And then you have that apprehension. You have that, I don't know. I don't know about this. And so, you know, that goes under why do people commit? How do you get them to commit? When you want somebody to commit to you in the now, not 10 years from now, not we've invested 10, 12, 15 years and let's see what we gonna do in the next 10 years. No, you need it now. You need it now, because it makes no sense to be with someone for so long and you want more and they are giving you pretty much the same or less. It's not elevating. You're wasting your time. You're going to become bitter. You're going to become very pissed if you end up breaking up and they move on, you move on, and you've wasted over a decade, and then they get with the next person 4 months later or less and they planning a marriage. That happens a lot. Why? Because that person ended up finding that one for them that they were looking for, that probably made it clear that they wasn't going to play that you string me on mess. When a person let it be known straight up and they act on, showing you that, no, it ain't going to be like that here. And there's fear of losing that person forever. It'll make a person get right. It'll make them get right. Man or woman, it'll make them get right. Because there's nothing worse than you sitting up having to deal with the fact that the one you let get away is now in the arms and life of another and getting ready to spend the rest of their lives. All because you really didn't know what you wanted to do with them. And now you sitting up and you ain't doing nothing. Because ain't nobody with you. Ain't nobody with you. So, you can't bounce back to that other. The other person is happy and wonderful. So, do you put energy in trying to make someone commit? I would say no. I would say no. I would say that it has to come from within. They have to want to commit with you. They have got to see that they don't want to share you or spend their lives without you on a more serious basis. And it has to be in them the desire to want to pursue you in that way. So stop doing a million and one things. I'm not saying you can't do nice things for someone that you are into, and man or woman, you sometimes we just do sweet things. But I'm saying stop giving them over and beyond the wifey things or the husband things, and they don't want to commit to you. They'll have every excuse in the book. It's not the right time. I need to get some stuff together. I need to wait until my kids is 18. Turn around, their kids is 25 and they still waiting. Oh, what's going on now? Your child is 25, still at home, and you want to wait. Okay. You said 18, but okay. You know what I'm saying? And you've wasted years of being, because some people will be committed. I mean, totally committed. Not sleeping with nobody else, none of that. I mean, they will be just focused on that one person. And that's why you have to discern early if it's even worth doing all that. When you are one that get down like that. I don't like focusing in on 2, 3, 4 men at a time. It's that one. So either we see that we have potential to grow into something and going to be walking the same walk and talking the same talk at this stage of my life, or we determine that it's not going to be nothing but this little bit of what it is, and then that's all you're going to get, because why give you all that when it's only going to be that? So it depends on the individual. And why be with somebody giving them all that, and then you got three or four others that you giving this to? No, I know. Not at this stage of the game. When you in your 20s, you probably had a whole posse of them. I mean, whatever rode your boat. But when you get to a mature stage in your life, you want quality, not quantity. Quantity has nothing to do with nothing. It just burn you out, give you a headache, give you backache, give you gas, give you bowel problems, give you indigestion, give you tummy problems, give you nausea, give you all that high blood pressure. You'll be toe up trying to deal with a whole bunch of different mess. So the best thing is just to sit down and focus on the one that you really think is worth the focus of. Until that, just do you. Do you. However that may be. You can't make nobody commit to you. You can't make nobody commit to you. They have got to want to commit to you. They have got to want you in that way. You don't need to tell them. One thing a lot of women are guilty of is always trying to fuss and cuss and tell a man what he needs to do and how he needs to do it and what. You telling him how he needs to do something is not going to change the way he's doing it. Not until he's ready to change it. And most times he already knows what he needs to change and what he needs to do. He just don't want to do it with you. Real talk. You're just not the one he wants to do it with. So if that's the case, why give all that? Why give all that? Why focus on giving all that when it's not going to change the mindset? Men, if she's acting like she don't want a commitment and she got a couple other friends and this and that, I don't care how much money you give her, how many bills you pay, how you lay down the rod, all that, it don't matter. Because some got a man for every trick in the book, every situation they need. They got the plumber, they got the maintenance man, they got the painter, they got the electrician, they got the mailman, they got the banker, they got all these different, they got the gardener, they got, and I'm just talking in literal sense, they got all these different ones for different things. Really. For different things. When you're on a plane where you're not ready to commit or be with one person, then you keep a nice variety so that you can keep a nice balance. Men do it all the time. I mean, women are starting to more and more do it too. But at the bottom line is those who want real commitments and you're with someone who seems to not want to commit with you. Because I've seen it a whole lot of times where they didn't want to commit with you, but turned around and got with somebody else and a year later was married. They did not want to commit with you because you were not the one for them, as far as they thought or felt. It doesn't discredit the woman that you are or the man that you are. It has nothing to do with you being who you are because you're this beautiful person that somebody, some real person is going to appreciate and accept, the real one for you. But that one that wasn't for you, in their eyes, in their hindsight, they wasn't for you or you wasn't for them, I mean. Then they're going to move on and get with something else. And as soon as they get with something else that they feel like, bingo, she's the one or he's the one, there you have it. So you just keep doing you and you keep your, not letting down your guard as far as what you're looking for and what you want. Don't change that. Don't change that. If you need it a certain way from a certain person in a certain way, then that's what you wait on. Don't settle for nothing less. And stop trying to get and force somebody to commit to you. If they didn't told you they don't want to commit, believe them. They don't want to commit. So, okay, next, you need to move on. You need to keep moving, because if that's where you're at, you're wasting your time if you just sit there waiting on them. Because guess what? They just may not never want to commit. Or they may want to commit once they broke down. Broke down. I ain't trying to make fun of nobody, but I'm just saying broke down. Okay, I'll commit now. Really? Okay. So that was the message of the day. I hope it was loud and clear. I hope it helps somebody. I hope it helps you think about some things that um, perhaps you're dealing with, or you someone you know. I think we all at some point in our lives have been in a situation where we have tried to um, change a person's mindset, way of thinking, direction. We have tried to do things to feed them a certain way to get them to want to commit to us, but the only thing they want to do is give you this. And stop. The best advice I can give you is stop wasting your time. Period. Stop wasting your time. And if you end up crossing paths with that person again in life, and you happen to be single, and you guys happen to be at a point, hey, Antoine, what's up? Happy 4th. And you guys be at a time where you want to try to do this thing, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I would be a little leery of that. If you didn't want me then, I don't know why you want me now. What's going on? You good? You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what's going on in the situation in someone's life. But you cannot make someone commit to you. You cannot force no one to commit to you. You cannot do things that will pretty much buy or bait a person to commit to you. They have got to want to. It has got to be in here. You shouldn't have to sit up and wait no years. You shouldn't have to bring it up every 3 months, 6 months. Well, so what are we doing? Boo, what we doing? What we doing? What? I mean, let's talk. And in the back of their mind, they saying, damn, she should know by then, or he should know. I ain't been with him in all these years in that way. It ain't happening no time soon. And it becomes just a joke and a game. And they're going to keep playing that joke and a game with you as long as you allow them to play it. But when you get tired and to the point where, oh, no game playing here no more. Okay? Then they're going to be trying to run towards your way. But even when they're trying to run towards your way, you better make sure they got some things in order. And both of y'all are on the same page if you decide to fall into that commitment thing at that time. So think about it. I got to go, y'all. Y'all know what I'm saying. Afternoon thoughts. How do you make them commit? You don't make them. You better ask somebody. Have a good day, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.